The obvious question is, okay, you've been a senior CIA officer, and do you believe this? Yes, I believe this. However, let me clarify that 90% of the people in CIA are good people trapped in a bad system, and there are at least 7 CIAs, okay? So CIA is not a monolithic organization. Also, when we, against the orders of President Truman, when Allen Dulles brought in all the Nazi scientists and so forth, they went to 2 places. They went to CIA and they went to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which in our world we call it not a space agency. And as Kathy O'Brien has said so clearly, that's where the bulk of the mind control has been done. So just to mention the 7 CIAs as a partial and very brief answer to your question. When Allen Dulles brought in all the Nazi scientists and so forth, they went to 2 places. They went to CIA and they went to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which in our world we call it not a space agency. And as Kathy
Would each of you give us your estimate of what is the meaning of this to all of us?
You want to try that? After you. I just see it as a beginning. Not just this flight, but in this program, which has really been a very short piece of human history. An instant in history, the entire program. It's a beginning of a new age.
Are you afraid for the truth to come out?
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going. Money is a good thing.
Beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers. There are places to go beyond belief. Those challenges are yours. In many fields, not the least of which is space, because there lies human destiny.
always go like that?
Yep.
It looks bad to me. It's in space, or is it? Is that it?
Yep, I think that's it.
Right in the middle. Oh no, it's going down.
What a mark.
Peter, for Sandy, is it turning or is the Earth spinning?
A rainbow.
Sandy? It's not turning, the Earth is spinning. Sandy? That's going straight up, it's just the Earth is turning, we're moving away from it.
Is that what always happens? Does it always go like that?
Yep.
It looks bad to me. Is that what always happens? Does it always go like that?
Yep.
It looks bad to me.
All right.
Oh no, it's going down. It's going down.
Peter, for Sandy, is it turning or is the Earth spinning?
A rainbow.
Sandy? It's not turning, the Earth is spinning. Sandy? That's going straight up, it's just the Earth is turning, we're moving away from it.
Is that what always happens? It looks bad to me.
All right.
Oh no, it's going down. It's going down.
Sandy? That's going straight up, it's just the Earth is turning, we're moving away from it.
Live from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, and on Mars, I want to present to you the team that has brought us back to Mars tonight.
We're going to leave you in the very erstwhile hands of Charles Alachi and the technical team, and they've got a little bit more detailed stuff to tell you. So,
this movie costed you less than $7 per American citizen, and look at the excitement that we have brought and the inspiration that we have brought.
My friend here, Dr. Stelzner, is been the father and the mother and everything in between of the landing system we've built. Appreciates his contributions. I know I certainly do. So. Say something profound.
This beautiful theater of tonight, the drama of us all being able to experience it together, comes through the efforts of the Odyssey project and the Odyssey spacecraft and that team being able to get that bent pipe UHF telemetry to us, unrivaled in the experience for all of us. And naturally, the DSN and the X-band telemetry that really allowed us to back that up. So please, a round of applause for our COM.
Adam, tell us about the landing.
All right, Greg. I can't tell you too much about it. I mean, it looks good. I'm being a little flip. In short, it looked extremely clean. We touched down in conditions that were on the more benign side of our nominal expectation. By the way, I want to preface everything. This is preliminary data scooped with the sieve in the cacophony of the control room during the celebration, right? And largely by my good friend Miguel San Martin, who's somewhere out there, I hope. At any rate, very nominal, remarkably good. Our navigation error was on the low side of our expectation, which meant that we probably had a good alignment between the celestial sensors and the inertial sensors, the IMU. Our powered flight appears to have been excellent. If my good friend Ben Toma is in the house, is Ben in the house? We landed with 140 kilograms of fuel reserves out of a total of 400 kilos that we carried in. And Ben worked quite diligently in stretching the tanks at my insistence because I was worried we wouldn't have enough fuel. And so I think I owe Ben a little bit of an apology there. So it looked good, in short. Good and clean. And it looks, at least by my eyeball, that we landed in a nice, flat spot. Beautiful. Really beautiful.
Shani Jardin from boingboing.net, and I'm a stand-in for Miles O'Brien with PBS NewsHour tonight. You
look more attractive than Miles.
I won't tell him that, Adam.
Okay.
I think he heard it.
I have to ask you, what kind of file type, can you tell us about the image file type and compression that was used to send this very important couple of thumbnails back from Mars?
Yes, unfortunately, I absolutely cannot. If Justin Mackey is in the room, or there's a couple other people on the team who'd be able to whip that out quickly, but I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Leo Enright from Irish Television. The unmanned spaceflight website has coordinates for the landing that go down to something like 5 decimal points. I just wanted to confirm with you that you do have those sort of coordinates. And am I reading those coordinates correctly when I see that it looks as though you've landed within 500 meters of the skirt around the mountain? That, I mean, you're really very close to the mountain at the closer end in the landing ellipse, and possibly within striking distance of the phyllosilicate trench.
I can't confirm that. My estimate, I'm looking for somebody, yes, there's somebody in the audience here who has that in the tip of their noggin. We should have soon that estimate, but I don't have it to 5 decimal places. We wouldn't report it to that because we're certain that we don't know it to that. And I don't know what the unmannedspaceflight.com estimate is.
Yeah, there's a team of people that are working on localization, including what information we got on the way down, you know, the nav filter, probably taking a picture at where, looking at the picture and trying to figure out from there where we are. I would imagine by tomorrow's press conferences, they should have a better idea where it came down, within a few hundred meters at least, hopefully.
What am I really seeing in that photo that is behind you? And I heard something about a second photo, shadow of the Curiosity being seen, and wheels, or a wheel of the Curiosity. So could you lead me through that photo? Maybe John or Adam or somebody. Thank you.
Well, I can just tell you, I mean, yes, what you're seeing in the first picture that you said, that was the shadow of Curiosity there in the view. These are the rear HAZCAM views, so we're looking out the back of the rover. I don't think we got any of the front HAZCAMs.
That's front.
Oh, is it front? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's front. There we go. The other one is the rear, and that is the wheel you see in the lower corner there. We do expect to get more pictures back in this upcoming Odyssey Pass, which hopefully will be in about 25 minutes here, so we'll get yet more pictures. And these images were actually through the cover. And actually, if you go back to the other one for a second, can you switch to the other picture? You can see those little speckles around the black little dots or speckles around the outside, which is probably dust kicked up, you know, during the landing event. that's stuck onto the covers, and so it's good that we have covers.
The money, $2.5 billion. We don't put it in the rover and send it to Mars. We spend it here on Earth. And Charles mentioned at the beginning that this whole enterprise, if you divide it by every woman, child, man in this country, comes out to be the cost of the movie. I know, I speak on behalf of all my colleagues in science, that's a movie I want to see. So, thank you all.
How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Operation Paperclip smuggled hundreds of Nazi scientists, including top SS officers on trial for war crimes, into the United States for use in America's Cold War space race. One of these Nazi Party members, Werner von Braun, was promoted to head up NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. Under Operation Paperclip, some 350 German scientists and former intelligence agents were given visas and well-paying jobs. The purpose of this massive and illegal undertaking appears to have been for the establishment of a worldwide authority on all things relating to space and astronomy. NASA became the public face of space. It has long acted as a front, providing an unsuspecting world with pseudoscience legitimized by the backing of the U.S. government. NASA is its own monopoly. It controls the dissemination of public information on astronomy while hiding facts it does not want the public to know. NASA's public release of information promoting the idea of an expanding, thus ever larger universe of incomprehensible size has led to the supposition there must be alien life on other planets. In combination with Hollywood and the science fiction genre, NASA has created an environment in which contact with extraterrestrial life forms is both fearful yet desirous.
That's me in the spotlight.
As Jamie said, the bungee and the slowing the film down, it got us kind of there, but the moment we were on the zero-G plane, it was like, boop, that was it. It was totally clear just by doing some physics equations about how fast things move within the moon's gravitational field. But, of course, watching someone do math on television isn't interesting.
Well, people love a good conspiracy theory. I mean, India in particular was mapping the exact landing locations, which were, by the way, six actual landings that we made there. It's, you could kind of go there with one and say, you know, say whatever you want, but we've been there 6 times. Give us a break.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. I'm losing my religion. Trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. Haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you say, I think I thought I saw you try. Oh, that was just a dream. Try, cry, why, try. That was just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream. Think I thought I saw you try.
Doesn't that make you feel small? Like nothing even matters.
In other breaking news, the world is round, not flat.